Today is the 20th. Today is the 20th June 2021, and we are at our Sunday Fun Aging call. And today's topic is receiving. How does it get any better than this, and what else is possible? And all the shit that we are carrying, and all the points of views, and all the DJCCs, would you be willing to let them go just for this 1 hour at least? What if being kind to yourself? What if receiving was letting go of those? So, what is receiving? Hello, hello. What is receiving?
Accepting everything, whatever comes, good or bad, or receiving everything.
Kaval, I think it's all of life comes to me with these joy and glory. Putting barriers down and just everything, allowing everything to go through.
Yeah, I always thought receiving was only through money.
I had a very interesting experience about receiving, and I'd asked somebody to buy me a book, and it was not very expensive, but a little expensive. So this is a person whom I didn't know, and he refused to take the money. I was a bit taken aback because I was expecting him to, take the money from me. And then I thanked him. I was in gratitude. I came back and I thought, what was that? And I just realized that I was not willing to receive from him. Because of all my points of view about he's a stranger, how can I take this from him, and so many things. That day I learned a lot about receiving. I put all my barriers down and I just received that book with a lot of joy. And I realized how we stop ourselves from receiving in many, many different ways, and we don't even realize it or know it. I just wanted to say.
Exactly. So what came by was the awareness that everything is possible and you can receive everything. And when you're truly able to receive, truly able to receive, then you are able to be kind to yourself, be abundant, because you are an infinite being and everything is for you. It's all about you. And that's the thing that creates the possibility for everything that the universe, the molecules, the quantum entanglement of the universe can give to you. Just knowing that you can receive anything and everything from anybody and everybody. If you didn't have all those points of view, didn't have all those limitations, who would you be? Yeah, thank you, Sagri. We all have those moments when we didn't want to receive, and
I just wanted to add this. So I said, if I'm not receiving this, what else am I not receiving?
yeah,
And it affects every aspect of my life. That was the epiphany and the awareness that was, mind blowing.
exactly.
That was amazing. You get it when you get it, actually. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Okay,
I have a
you.
story to share. Oops.
Yes, Jazz.
Okay, so it is about receiving. So on a Monday, like this week, I mean it's Saturday for me. So on Monday, like I was at the SOP class in Houston because it's like 4 hours from my house. And on the last day, like I was this lady that I'd been working on the second day, she was like, she came to me at lunchtime and was like, hey, can I need, like, I want to tell you something. And I was like, okay. And she said, you did a SOP session on me, you know, on this day. And she said, my money reality shifted that night. And I was like, wow, like, wow. I mean, this is like freaking amazing. So in like chit chat, I was like, hey, do you want to like, she's like, do you want me to run a body process or anything on you? And I said, no, I'm good. But why don't you lay down here and I'll give you the jazzy touch. No axes, but the jazzy touch. And she's like, okay. So I just started like, you know, just whatever, doing my magic. And she said, hey, there's the X-Men class coming up this weekend. Are you going to take it? And I was like, it's $1,600. Like, no, you know, like, let me see if I can create money for it. And she said, do you want me to loan you money? And I said, no, no. If I create it, I'll take it. So, you know, 2 minutes go by and she says, are you willing to receive from the universe? Like, are you actually willing to receive from anybody and everybody, like just wherever? And I said, bitch, I'm ready to receive. So she gets up from the table, pulls out her credit card and paid for my class.
Wow. You're not magic at all.
Yes. And the funniest thing is, so as we were leaving on Monday, I was coming back to Dallas and I hugged her and I was like, oh my God, like, I'm so grateful you bought me this $1,600 class. You know, like, do you want to exchange numbers and stuff? And the most interesting thing this lady said to me, she said, listen, you are not obligated to me. I was in giving mode and you were in receiving mode. It's as simple as that. I gifted you the class. I will see you in class and I don't want to exchange numbers with you. And I was like,
Wow.
oh,
I'll have that. I'll duplicate that.
I was just like, my mouth was like,
Blown away.
okay. I was like, all right. I'm like, well, thank you so much again. And she's like, no, my financial reality changed because of your session. So it's a gift. And I was like, oh my God. Okay.
My
that's my
God,
story.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
So guys, things like that can happen if you allow it to. If you are interested in receiving.
Just the vibration, I got it.
Yeah.
Yay.
You hear it when you're ready to hear it. Wow. Thank you, Jazz. You're awesome.
Yes, my pleasure. Today was the class, day 1, today my time, and then tomorrow it'll happen again. So I'm so excited and thrilled to be there.
All the very best.
Thank you.
Awesome. How does it get any better than this? That's what receiving is. And can we all have it? And can Jazz have more of it?
Yes, please.
And every time we make our life a cheap imitation of what we would like it to be, rather than the duplication of this magic, would we be willing to destroy and uncreate it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, POC, POD, honor, short boys, and beyond. What would happen if you never refused to have money? If you had no point of view? I mean, if somebody's having an ice cream and they say, okay, oh, hi, will you like to have an ice cream? Even that thing, sometimes we can't receive. That simple thing we can't receive. We refuse. We refuse to receive. So you refuse to receive. You refuse, like Sagari said, you refuse to have money. You refuse to have a good relationship. You refuse. You close all gates. You put up a wall for something. That wall is concrete now. You can't break that wall for something else. You can't say, this I will allow it to come, this I will not allow it to come. Receiving has to be completely, fully, like floodgates. And refusal to have anything, refusal to receive anything is refusal to receive you, to have you. You're not even in the equation then. If you refuse to have anything, listen to anything, don't acknowledge the awareness, wouldn't allow yourself to see things as they are, you are refusing you. Refusing to have money is refusing to have you. Everything that brought out, would you be willing to destroy and get it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, popcorn, honor, short, boys and beyonds. Awesome. Thank you, Jazz. You made my day. I'll have that.
I was just so surprised, you know, when I said, hey, exchange numbers, and she's like, nope. I was like, wow.
Yeah. So never, ever, ever go into, oh my God, how did this happen? Say, oh my God, what a magical being I am. What a phenomenal being I am. I'll have more of that.
I mean, like literally, like, I mean, we had to, over the 4 days, we had to have 8 partners, right? Each session, each new partner. And yeah, this miracle thing happened with this lady, but you know, something else, I don't know if I don't know what shifted for this girl, this 14-year-old girl that was there, but it was magic, you know, when I was working on her, and I guess I was being a contribution and she was ready to receive, and Dane came and like spoke to me, and he was telling me the gift that I am and like the gift that this girl is, and he's like, can you just be a contribution to her? He says, don't be a superior bitch, like, can you just contribute to this girl? And I was like, I can. So I started working on her, and the room got really loud, like really, really, really loud. Like people were laughing, screaming on purpose. And as I worked on this girl, I mean, her receiving mode too was phenomenal, because despite of like all this hoopla and this noise and distraction, she fell asleep. Like the class ended and I still stood there by her, and I just kept on stroking her back, and I just gently said, hey, like, hey, the class has ended. And she was like, what, when did it end? I said, don't worry about it. Like, thank you for receiving, you know what, like, thank you for receiving, gifting and receiving simultaneously. And it was magical. Like, there's no way nobody could have slept in that loud of a room, but she just passed out completely. So that is magic for me as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Magic is all around if you're willing to see it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Cool. Thank you. So, what is receiving to you guys?
Having it without any point of use. Having it without any point of use. That is receiving.
What else? It's a challenge, you know. You have to challenge yourself by putting yourself out there. I mean, I'm sure what the energy Jazz must have gone through to receiving that money from her. And she was so present that she could receive it. How many of us really will allow ourselves to receive that? It's a challenge. It's like a muscle. You have to strengthen that muscle of receiving. We are never taught. We are never taught to receive. We are only taught to give. And it could be so much of fun. You didn't have any judgment. It could be interesting. Wow, I'm getting that. I'm having that. Wow, how does it get any better than this? You don't even have to wonder what it would be like. What are the energy? Listening to something that beautiful changes the energy within you. How many of us receive ourselves, receive our bodies? Talk about receiving something from somebody else. What would it be like to receive all of you? Receive you no matter what. No judgment of who you are, who you should be. What if you were all 24/7 grateful for who you be? How many of you get up grateful?
Me, since the class anyway.
I know. Cool. Access has changed so much in me, and I can see the change that I see in people around me every day. It's mind blowing that how much we can receive, allow ourselves to receive. And these tools are so beautiful. You just have to have fun with them. They're not serious things. Everywhere we make them serious. Oh my God, I haven't done this. I should be doing this. No. Can you be in every moment with laughter? Even when you made a mistake. What is a mistake? Even when you think you made a mistake. Ability to sit and laugh at you. At the things maybe they're not so laughable. Can you laugh at those things which are not so laughable? And rather than making them wrong, oh my God. So many times I giggle at funerals. Any of you do that? I don't know what makes me do that, but sometimes somebody's fallen. How often do we laugh when somebody falls? The first reaction is, it's so funny, interesting. But suddenly we'll go into, how can I laugh? Poor thing, she fell. So, any more stories or questions?
I have a story if nobody else has a question.
Okay, if nobody has a question, Jazz goes again.
Okay, so on the last day again of the SOP class, right, on Monday, this guy that was there, I didn't even know he was a CF in a 3-day body class, and he did a bunch of things. I didn't know. I just knew him by face. He said, "Can you run my bars?" And I was like, shit, man, like I don't like running bars because I go in the wrongness of mujhe yaad nahi rehte points or wo mere galat fingers lag jate hain idhar udhar, you know. So because people have told me like adjust your fingers and this and that, so I've like gone into the wrongness of like, man, main mujhse hota nahi hai this and that. So I told him, I said, mere ko yaad nahi hai points itne. And I said, will you help me, like, because I don't recall after like the aging poster. And he said, yeah. He's like, yeah, I'll help you. So I start working on him, and then I'm like, man, I don't have my chart. I don't have like the timer. What the hell am I going to do? Like, I'm like, my mind is just like cluttered with stuff. So this guy tells me, he's like, you know what? Just be present, and my body is going to talk to you. And I'm thinking, well, whatever. Like, I don't have my clock. I'm still doing this processing in my head, right? So I'm like, you know what? Stop. Like, I'm here. I'm the SOP energy. I'm like, okay, I'm going to just be present here. So I was like, forget the clock, forget the stupid chart, whatever. I'm going to be here, and I'm going to see if his body talks to me or not, right? So I started And yes, he helped me with some of the points because I forgot them after the aging toaster. And anyway, so fast forward like through the session, he got up and he's like, oh my God, I have a lot of space. Do you charge people for this? And I was like, I don't even do this on anybody. Forget about charging. So I just kind of was confused and I just went for a quick walk and I came back and all of a sudden I was like, oh my God, thank you for like receiving this from me, because you asking me was a huge contribution. And the awareness that I received was, when you are run, at least for me, when I am running bars on this guy, when I was present, yes, I was able to receive a lot, but when I was present, I actually saw my fingers gently lift off the points, which I had never done before because I was like 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 8 minutes, 3 minutes. When I was actually present and not watching the time, my fingers, like his body spoke to me. So I was like, that was the gift from me, you know? And he's like, no, he's like, this is your capacity. Like, you need to look into this. So it was, again, a gifting and receiving that, like, I would have never known because I was like, I can't do bars. I can't do this. But shit, I could do bars. Like, amazing.
Yeah. Thank you. I also always tell people, say, oh, you must tell me, I don't know how to. I said, just run them, let me receive them. Do whatever you get. Just be present.
Yeah. And it was just, I mean, that was the first time ever where I was aware of what the hell I was doing and my fingers were lifting off and I knew everything. Otherwise, I'm like, Ghadi kahan hai? 5 minutes, 7 minutes. I'm like, and I told him, I went and gave him a hug and I said, thank you for like gifting this to me, because I still would have been in the wrongness of I can't run bars because mere ko points nahi pata, mere ko ye nahi pata. He's like, no, he's like, this is your capacity. Like, look into this. And I was like, wow, okay.
I
So
want to,
I'm
I want for everybody to know that there is, please never ever keep a timer. You controlling bitches? The body will let you know. The first thing in the bars class we teach is follow the energy. You keep your hands, the energy starts running, and when the energy dissipates, you automatically know to pick up your hands. Please trust yourself. Please trust the energy. Energy never lies. So never ever have the timer, please. You are the timer, the universe is the timer, the body is the timer. You just trust yourself. Thank you, Jazz. That was beautiful.
thank you for listening.
Thank you for sharing, darling. Magic things. Okay, anybody else has any questions? Okay, I'm waiting. When the end will come, no, when there'll be 5 minutes left, then everybody is going to ask questions. Hello. Okay, we are done. Bye-bye.
Sometimes we don't get the energy of receiving from some particular person.
When do you not get the energy of receiving?
Like when somebody is offering something, I feel no, I'm not supposed to take.
So where are you coming from then?
Point of views ki that person chukane ki baatein karta hai.
So point of views hold you from being you. Can you pocket pot them? That easy. Oh, what is this? What can I do for this? Can I change it? How can I change it? It all depends on the space you are in. If your hackles are up, you already decided, कोई पहले आ गया सामने, आपकी वो कहानी सारी पहले ही आपने अपने दिमाग में रन कर ली हुई है. Now that limitation is going to control you. You can't be you. Can you be yourself when you have so many points of views and stories and limitations? No, then they are on the loop and they control you. You cannot be you, even if you want to be. Can you be you? With all those limitations, belief systems, points of views. Always, anytime, many times, how many ever times you want to lower your barriers and drop your walls. It's a building a muscle. When you keep doing it, like we kept doing it, and now we were like, we have shields and walls and concrete castle बना लिए हमने अपने आसपास. वो जितनी आप, whenever you start destroying and uncreating that, वो diminish होती जाएगी, टूटती जाएगी, and they will, the day you know yourself, the day you become, be you, not become. The day you choose to be you, there will be no walls.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Like this lady even gifted me a box of gourmet chocolates before I left. Like seriously, the old me would have gone into the "wo main kaise le sakti" formality, but yes, my heart was pounding and the adrenaline was pumping. She's like, here's a box of, these really beautiful, gorgeous chocolates. And in my mind, I was just like, universe, how does it get any better than this? Universe, I am the walking, talking SOP energy that Dane was talking about. Like I never went into the wrongness of the John na pehchan ye wo. And I was like, nope, how does it get any better than this? And how much more magical can I be anywhere I walk and make a contribution in people's worlds?
Yeah, so beautifully you said, be the SOP energy. You are the symphony walking. He in his classes says that you are that, be that. When you're walking, you be that a symphony of possibility. So there are possibilities all around you when you don't have any walls and barriers.
Yes, and people that are truly willing to receive, like, I don't know about the rest of you, but I have joined this extremely addicting app called Clubhouse. It's audio rooms galore. And I was talking about the universe in one of my regular rooms the other day. This guy said he's in India, he doesn't have a job, he's been jobless since February, lockdown chal raha hai, ye chal raha hai, wo chal raha hai, blah, 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 mujhe need hai. And I just couldn't listen. Like, I just got agitated and I said, stop. What the fuck are you saying? Like, have you heard yourself? Like, I'm listening to and I'm getting agitated. Like, what are you saying? So then I didn't give him access tools per se, but I told him how like his needy energy has to shift from this to this and blah, blah, blah. And so this was a week and a half ago. And Tuesday this week, he pinged me and said, Jazzy, I want to personally thank you because I got a job. That is true receiving, because he was ready to receive. I'm on cloud 9 since Monday. Every person that I've, who's been ready to receive, including this 2-week-old baby who, his mother is my client. And I saw her on Wednesday and she said, my baby is very fussy. He's crying. He's being like very, very fussy. I don't know if I can continue a session with you and blah, blah, blah. And I said, start to karte hain, dekhte hain fir. 15 minutes into the session, the baby started crying. And I said, sit here. Let me go check. He's 2 weeks old. I just rubbed his belly very gently. And I energetically told him, I said, can you please be a contribution to this session? Because your mother is hurting. Can you please be a contribution and just be quiet for 45 minutes? And this child did not cry. And at the end of the session, his mom was like, Jazz, what did you do? And then as he started to cry, I was like, hey, baby. I don't know his name. I said, hey, baby, can you please give us 2 more minutes? Because we're almost done. And thank you for the contribution you be to the planet. And thank you for being here. And his mom was like, you're talking and you just he just shuts up and he's like understanding everything you said. So like that is magical, man. Like that is super magical.
So, Jazz, have you recognized that you are being the energy of receiving?
Yes, yes, absolutely.
So it's not that they are willing to receive. It's you are willing to receive, that you become the energy of whoever around you gets to receive.
Yes, like changes. I mean, I obviously don't want to hijack your session, but like since I have been back from this class, like anybody who has reached out to me, because I talk to like a lot of people, everybody who's been like, hey, Jazz, I need help. And they have been willing to, ask the questions and like, whatever I've been suggesting to them. Every single one of them this week has been noticing rapid shifts. And I'm just like, and they're so excited. They're like, Jazz, I have to tell you something. I mean, day and night, people are pinging me and like, Jazzy, I have to tell you something. And I'm like, tell me, I'm ready. Like, it's just a miracle, man. Like, seriously, it's like 6 days now.
So just keep asking for more of that and be grateful. Gratitude is the key.
Absolutely, yes.
Because if there is somebody who's not receiving, if there's somebody who's rejecting themselves, is people rejecting them, it's because they are rejecting themselves. They are not receiving themselves. To have your
But they have to
reality.
be willing, right? Like, so if I'm ready, like if I'm that energy, or if any of us are that energy, but the other person has to be willing to receive too, right? Like for them,
No,
no?
only those will come into your periphery. The
Oh,
ones who are willing to receive. You become that magnet.
hmm.
Will you please acknowledge that?
Yes, I will.
You got to realize what you like about yourself. Play with what you like about yourself. Oh, I'm a wonderful receiver. How else can I receive?
Universe, I'll have more
Your
of this.
cup is full, once your cup is full, it overflows to everybody around you. Until you can receive, you can't assume anything except that you will be rejected. So thank you.
Thank you, everybody, for listening to my stories. I'm so excited.
I love stories like that. We have one friend here whose birthday today. Happy birthday, Nippy.
Happy birthday.
It's Nippy's
Where is
birthday.
you have to unmute yourself to thank us.
Happy birthday.
Oh, thank you.
Happy birthday.
So Nippy, show your
Thank
face.
you. I'm showing my face.
JKA,
Yes,
Wow,
JKA.
birthday.
missing
Happy
you
birthday.
guys, yeah. Missing you guys. How are you?
Thank you. I'm very well. Having a great time.
Yeah, good.
Awesome. How does it get any better than this? And what else is possible? It's crazy how we choose to be less than, choose not to receive. Every way we have been entrained and ingrained, we're brought up like that in this reality. Would you be willing to destroy and uncreate that and choose something that is your reality? Right, wrong, good, bad, POC, POD, honor, short, boys, and beyond. We can't even take too much of caring. When somebody cares too much about us, we are always in, isko mere se kya chahiye? This is the reality we live in. That scares us. When people are kind to us, people are caring, it scares us. We have this defense system, automatic reject system in place. Let's crumble that. Let's drop that. Let's break that. We have to choose what's really fun for us. What's our reality? Even when you don't know, ask, what's my reality beyond this reality? Any more questions? Hello, 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 hello.
Hello.
Yes, Indra.
If a person keeps criticizing you every time, then that is not for me. I'm not receiving that.
Can you say thank you? Thank you for them. Thank you to them.
Okay.
Thank you for judging me. Because every judgment brings money in your bank.
Okay.
When you receive the judgment that people put on you, your bank balance increases.
Wow. Amazing.
Just give me 1 minute. Hello? नमस्ते. आपको पता है ना मेरी क्लास होती है 8 से 9. आप अभी 9 बजे नहीं आना था आपने?
जल्दी आ गया था मैं कहीं गया था तो
फिर अब मैं क्या करूं? 2 मिनट वेट करो. So get clear about what your reality is. How do you do that? Everything that excites you, everything that lightens you up, everything that you would like to have in your life and that shows up in your life, like Jazz's reality at the moment is receiving abundance, and abundant can receiving, period. Tomorrow somebody judges her, she will break the pattern if she buys into that. If you buy into इसने ऐसे क्यों कहा, you have sliced you put a wall to your receiving. So get clear. I'm willing to receive everything.
Okay.
And that is where you have to start functioning from. The question. What is this? What can I do with this? Because every time you are, if you recognize and if you notice, if you go back to your life, how many times were you so upset and that turned out to be something great? So you have to practice and play at creating magic. Any judgment coming to you, if you are receiving it, will melt. All of life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory. But you've given up yourself, who you truly be when you buy into other people's shit. That's a lie. Okay, you think like that. Interesting point of view. You have that point of view. If you can ask a question, if I'm creating my reality today, what would I choose? Would I choose to reject this person, reject this event, or what else would I ask a question? Where is that person coming from who's rejecting me?
Yes.
And it's not he or she is rejecting you, it's they're rejecting themselves. It's got nothing to do with you. Then you will know, you will perceive, know, be, and receive what is required to be at this point of time. You will be able to see through. It will be like, oh my God, what contribution. Like we say that when the children or when somebody needs, when you want to slap a child or make the child wrong, that is the time you need to give your child a hug. That is the time the person needs your maximum care. Hurting people hurt others.
Yes.
So can you be the mallam?
Yes.
Not at the cost of you, please. Please get this. You are the top priority. Not at the cost of you. But receiving doesn't mean you have to do something. Receiving doesn't mean that you have to make him correct or him or you have to make him wrong or you have to. Receiving is, this is the way that person is at the moment. Okay, bye-bye. Am I making any sense?
Yes, yes.
Because people who have been rejected and discarded expect discarding and rejecting everywhere they go, because they have, your point of view creates your reality.
Yes.
From your point of view, from your perspective, rejection is totally normal. That is what we have received all our entire life. That is what we make real and true and significant.
Yes, yes.
एक गुंडागर्दी चलती रहेगी जब तक आप रोकोगे नहीं इसको.
Very true.
Okay, now what else is possible? Okay, now so what could I create that I never considered before? What can I choose that I never even dreamt of before? Even if you don't know it, just keep asking questions till you get clarity. What energy, space, and consciousness can I be to have total clarity and ease in this? Nothing is wrong with you guys. You are perfect the way you are. Guys, I'll have to go. My gardeners are waiting outside and I have to open the gate. Sorry. So anybody can ask a question and somebody can answer. I'll just come back.
I can share another story if you guys want to listen.
Yes, please. I will listen to it. Listen to the recording later.
Do you guys want to listen? I'll tell you another one.
Yes, Jess.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Yes,
So
Jess.
yesterday.
Great stories.
Okay, so yesterday, right? So this lady had like posted on Facebook that she wanted to do like a plant exchange. So she had tomato plants, but she wanted a money plant. And by chance, I have money plant. So I said, hey, I'll do an even exchange with you. And she said, "ठीक है." So she gave me her address, which was right across my shopping area. So I was like, okay. I said, because of social distancing, tum ghar ke bahar wo paudhe rakh do. I'll come and drop off the money plant and whatever, I don't have to see you. So she says, okay. So I pick up I pick up the plants and I leave this money plant, not the one I had originally wanted to give her, but I chose another one. So I left it and off I went, minding my own business. So I was at the grocery store, and by chance when I came out, I checked my phone. Normally I wouldn't because mera ghar paas hai, but I happened to check my phone. And this lady wrote to me and she said, hey, I picked up the money plant outside my house and it's very beautiful. So I wrote back to her. I said, yeah, a beautiful plant for a beautiful lady. So my pleasure. Like, okay, tata, bye bye, right? I'm going to go home. Then she says, hey, mere paas mint ka bhi paudha hai. And I don't personally have many plants. So I said, actually, I'm right by your house. So put it outside your house again and I'll come get it. She's like, okay. So I go up to her house again in 5 minutes and she's not there. And I was like, man, like, I'll just wait outside. So I ping her and I said, hey, I'm just waiting outside. Take your time, whatever. I'll like social distance. I'll wait outside. So she opens the door. Like, I don't know who she is. Okay. She's Facebook stranger. She opens up the door. She's like, come inside my home. And typically I wouldn't go in any stranger's home, but I just was like, you know what? I'm gonna go inside her house. So I went inside her house. She's like, here's my plant collection. She gave me so many plants. And then she showed me all around her house, all her paintings, made me coffee, gave me water. We had a chit chat for 30 minutes. And she's like, can you be my friend? Like, I really like being around you. And like, kabhi bhi tum shopping out, just ping me and come to my house. I was like, damn, man, like, how did I get so lucky? Like, I don't even know this lady. And I went inside her house and had all this coffee and chit chat, and I got so many plants, and I don't have to buy them anymore. So, like, how does it get any better than this universe? So that's my story from yesterday.
Wow. Wow. You become the magnet that people want to attract. That magnet attracts people to you. You are the energy. That's being you.
Yes.
That is being you, guys. That's being you. When you're being you, you have no point of view. You're willing to do and be and have anything and everything. People just get connected with you like magic. Yeah. I'm always looking to everybody else is also. I'm always excited and to facilitate people to greater possibilities. So there is no challenge for an infinite being. You can have it all. Are you willing? That's the only question. What are you unwilling to receive? What if you were willing to receive that? Receive you? What could that change? And we create constant struggle. What contribution is that constant struggle to our life, our living, our reality? What makes us keep choosing that again and again? Everything that brought up, would you be willing to destroy and get it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, awkward, honest, short, boys, and beyonds. Thank you, Jazz.
Thank you guys for listening to all my miracle stories of this week.
Yeah, we'll all like to have that. We'll all like to duplicate. I would like to duplicate that. I don't know about others. We usually go into इसके साथ हो गया, हमारे साथ थोड़ी होगा. This doesn't happen to everybody. What is she talking about? एक coincidence हो गया. No, you are the miracle walking. You are the SOP walking. You are the symphony of possibility walking. Do you really recognize that? The moment you recognize it, you start creating it.
I do, because like I said, this whole week in Clubhouse, you know, the groups I have been, yes, I do a lot of nonsense groups. Okay, I do like them a lot too, and I made friends there too. But the groups that I just get attracted to, because there's 1,000 groups in the list, right? What do you choose? And the groups I have been attracted to this week, again, everything's happened like this week, are groups that were smaller. And I just went in there with no expect. I didn't even know what the group was about, but somehow it ended up like it's like the light was on me, the spotlight was on me, and I was like, I just went in to see what the group was about. I didn't know what was gonna happen, but they read stuff in my bio because I do like shamanic healing as well. And then we got talking, and I talked about the energy of the universe, and people who I only spoke to for 5 minutes were like, "Whoa, we want to thank the moderators of this room, and we want to thank Jazz." And I was like, "Huh, मैंने सिर्फ 5 minute, you know, कुछ बोला है," because I go in between my meetings, and I'm like. And people have connected with me on Instagram. My followers have increased. I mean, like, I'm on cloud 9. Really cover, like, I'm on cloud 9. From the time I
How
wake up
does
to the
it get
time I
it?
sleep.
Don't never
Yeah.
leave always
No,
say,
how does it get any better? All day, that is like what I tell everybody. I'm like, listen, dude, just use this tool. And people who have been using this tool have experienced just this week alone.
Yeah. And true receiving gives you the space where you always know what's really true for you. You don't buy into people's shit. You don't buy into their points of views. You don't even buy into your points of views. Like Gary says, ask the gold, ask the stock. Okay, when do I buy you? Then you make me money. Who do I talk to? And in the beginning, you ask these questions, but then you become the question. You don't even have need to ask them. You become the energy of it, and you know it. Oh, if I buy gold today, it's going to go up. Somebody will give you the information, and you choose to do that because you're willing to receive it. You will know. But if you have all the points of views, yes, kaise, waise kaise, waise kaise, you fucked it up. You've got to be willing to receive what's going to create greater in your life. Greater
And what,
possible. Yes, Usha?
just now you said that you be thinking and then you fuck it up like that, right? To release that fucked up things, it takes time. I mean to say, does it takes time?
Does it take time? Or does it take the awareness to not choose it?
Oh,
What do you mean by it will take time? Suddenly something is coming towards you. You get an idea. Oh, that is the time. That is the person I should meet. And rather than trusting that, knowing that came to you, you go into your old pattern of, pata nahi hoga ki nahi. Stop. Immediately ask a question. You've done it right there. What do you mean you will get it when you get it? Yes, you will get it when you get it because you don't listen to yourself. Because you listen so much into that tape going in your head. It controls you. So receive everything that is light. Because that's going to take you to where you want to go. What makes you go into your head and go into those stories and go run those stories time and again? मेरे को वैसे हुआ था, वैसे वे हुआ था, फिर वो हुआ. Your point of view creates your reality. If you go into those, yes, it won't be late. It will never be there possible. You get it now if you want to, if you're willing to. What physical actualization of the magnificent change and consciousness beyond all realities are you now capable of generating, creating, and instituting? Everything that doesn't allow that, would you be willing to destroy and uncreate it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, bad, all nice, short, boys and beyond. Are you willing to see yourself as the most valuable product on the planet Earth, on universe, in the universe? Or are you a pile of shit? If you're not willing to see the gift that you be to just by being you, can you receive anything? Just for being you, will you allow yourself to receive everything? Just by being you, you are a gift to people. If they can't receive from you, it's their fault. They are not willing to receive. That is why we use energy exchange. That is why we use money. Because people are not willing to receive without money. People are willing to receive only after they pay money in this reality. Use that to your advantage. Change of money in this reality is what? Money. Even to a temple you go to, you give money there for all the prayers that you do. You ask for blessings in exchange. You put money, you ask for blessings in exchange. So please, please be willing to come out of your point of view. It has to be free. ये point of view हर चीज free में होनी चाहिए is keeping you from receiving more money. If you have a point of view कि हर चीज free होनी चाहिए, मुझे जो भी दे वो free में दे, so what are you creating? No clients. After coming to Access, I just pay. I don't ask. Otherwise, I used to crib and ask even the sabzi wala or the rickshaw wala or everybody. I just automatically pray, pay. What am I talking?
Kawal,
Yes.
paying is playing for you. That's why you got them mixed up. In your mind, paying and playing are the same thing.
I know. Thank you. Yeah. I mean, how many times we have been told, don't owe anything to anybody. Because you don't want to owe anything to anyone, you pay. So I'd rather pay for everything and dismiss anybody I don't want at will. Be in question 24/7. Do I really want to do this? And why do we do that? I'm not talking about it's right or wrong. I'm coming to something magical. And why do we do all that? Because then we don't have to receive from anybody. I will pay. I will pay for everything because I thought if I paid for everything, I don't have to receive from anybody. Everything that brings up for all of you, please will you be willing to destroy and uncreate it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, POC, PUD, all knowing, shots, boys, and beyonds. These are all points of views, guys, which just take us away from who we truly be. We stop receiving, we stop gifting, we stop being ourselves. Ye obligate is a very huge word. We pay, we have a tendency to never be obligated to anybody. When somebody used to pay for me, I used to feel like when do I slap them back? It was slapping them back for not being grateful for what they were doing for me, but मैं कब करूं? तुम आ जाओ अब मेरे घर. I still do it. Knowing it, I still do it. It is still obnoxious for me to receive, even though there is so much has changed. It's not about giving or taking, it's about the perception. It is the way I receive me, it is the way I receive the world, it is the way I receive each and every molecule. Anybody is relating to what I'm saying? What if receiving could be joy? What if it wasn't about taking? It was gifting. Simultaneously gifting and receiving. Everywhere we confused taking with receiving, would we be willing to destroy and uncreate it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, POC, POD, online, short boys and beyonds. In this reality, when you how many times, okay, let's be honest, truth, how many times in your life were you given a gift where somebody didn't expect something in return? Pretty much never. And that's what we are trained and ingrained with for trillions of years. Is good. Are we willing to let that go? And also the obligation, attachment, there should be detachment. I don't know, all the shit that we learned that's messed up our receiving and the joy of it. All the points of views that do not allow us to be who we truly be and receive whatever comes our way, would we willing to destroy and uncreate it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, POC, POD, online, short boys and beyond.
It's 9, Kaval recording.
Thank you, darling.